Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory Podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
I've been good, dude. Thank you for you being not reluctant, able to change up your days. So you should give you guys some behind the scenes. We're recording on a Wednesday. Usually record Monday nights, Tuesday at the worst. But I got a sick wife and it's raining cats and dogs here. So I appreciate Blair being so what's the word I'm fucking looking for, bro?
Flexible?
Flexible. Yeah, there is
Okay.
flexible.
I
Bro.
was like, he's
Pause.
probably gonna say flexible, but then he would have to add no Diddy and then the intro.
Yeah, it'd be a whole thing. We get fucking censored and we just can't make any money off this at all. But life is good, bro. It's officially hurricane season in South Florida, so that is good because, bro, like it's just like the dumbest shit. Like when you get into like home ownership, like I was talking to some of my boys who have houses, and all we talk about is like, bro, our grass looks like shit. Like it's just like like the conversations you would never have 10 years ago. But yeah, so that's like, I'm happy for the rain, but now it means I'm nervous for my roof. I'm like, now I can't hang out outside in my backyard. So like, it's a gift and a curse. But these are all first world problems, bro. But life is good on my end. Besides feeling like I'm working nonstop. But how about you, bro?
I've been good. This weekend was pretty jam packed. So a friend of my wife and I's had a birthday party, which was in San Francisco. It was supposed to be a pool party, but as you know, San Francisco's kind of cold all the time. So
Even right now,
I wouldn't say cold, like compared to
but
like
just
the East
not
Coast
like
or anything.
pool
But like
weather.
65, it's cool. Like the sun is out, but it's like the pool itself, I don't think is heated. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Those conditions just aren't like the best for San Francisco, especially if it's windy, because the wind will make it like 10 times colder. But a couple of people did swim. It was nice to meet new people because I mean we really only knew the friend at her birthday, so we didn't know the other 30 people who were there. Many of them super young, like 23 all the way to like 40. So that was an interesting mix of
dynamic.
people. Yeah, but it was fun. And then afterwards, we went to a friend's apartment who I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was the plan. I was just like following the group. And as soon as we opened the door, there was complete silence before it. But as soon as we opened the door, it's like this pretty big apartment with like 25 people in it, music blasting. And
Nice.
it felt like I was literally in like a movie scene. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but I hadn't done something like that in a long ass time.
Like a
'Cause
dope
at this
house
age-
party or a
yeah,
dope
like people don't
apartment
really,
party.
yeah, dope apartment party. I mean, I've definitely been to house parties and stuff, but it's usually like people I know like at least half of them.
Yeah. It sounds like this sounded like when you get that invite from like your college friend who's like 4 rooms down and he knows someone
Yeah.
who's having a party, and then you just walk in and you're like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah. No, it was really good vibes. But very exhausting because we started the day at like noon and then didn't get home till like midnight. And then the next day I hung out with friends again. But it was more tame, but also drank a lot during the day. So Monday, I don't know what it is like when I have that much social interaction.
Drained.
Even though I'm an introvert, yeah, drained, but then I like kind of miss that vibe and then going straight to work can be stressful right after doing a bunch of fun shit. So it took me a day to get back to myself, but now I'm in the gym again, burning off all those margaritas that I made. So I'm good right now.
Do you guys ever shop at Trader Joe's by any chance?
Oh, that's like all we shop at because it's literally like a 2-minute walk from us.
Beautiful, bro. So Dave, again, I stocked up. I'm not drinking. I'm on day 23 of this 75 hard cleanse thing, but I stocked up because they just brought it back. It's seasonal. The jalapeno lemonade.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, bro, it's back. So when you go next time, buy that, bro. So that with a little bit of spicy margarita mix and tequila, bro, you make yourself a fire spicy marg at the house.
Nice. I definitely got to check that out. Coincidentally, I've been getting their like pre-made on the rocks margarita
At Trader
mix.
Joe's?
Yeah, Trader Joe's.
Nice.
Which I like as well, but definitely down to try something new. Could never turn
Yeah.
down a good margarita.
I'm a fiend for spicy margarita. I think I made you a couple of spicy margaritas when you were
Yeah,
here
yeah.
with your brother. Yeah, fiend for
Mhm.
that, bro. So honestly, I'm craving that drink when I can finally drink in 51 days. So we'll
Nice.
be we'll be on have that shit ready, bro. Like midnight. Like, all right, dude, fuck it.
Yeah.
But let's get into it, man. I feel like we always say this, it's been a slow maybe pop culture music week, but these episodes end up being kind of like our favorite B-side episodes. So hopefully
Mhm.
the listeners feel the same way, and the viewers on YouTube or wherever you're watching this. Episode 181 about to start. Episode 180 up everywhere where your podcasts can be found. Dude, I kind of want to start off with your favorite rapper, Kendrick Lamar. He announced Kendrick and Friends pop-up. I think it's pop-out tour, right?
Pop out. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Dude, I hate that. Like all those lines are just so fire, bro. Like it's
I
just
know.
like I just fucking
Yeah, the
I just
marketing
hate like
is insane.
it's like, dude, it's just so clever. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
like you want to just hate this nigga, you like can't. Dog. Like it's just so
Yeah.
good. But so he announced a multiple city tour, Kendrick and Friends pop out tour. So initially, your thoughts on the idea of him going on tour with no album release, right? He went on the Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper tour, what, a year and a half ago, right? That did
Mhm.
very well. But it's odd when artists, go on tour and there's no album to really sell or promote. So your thoughts on him just going on tour?
I think it's perfect timing. Definitely a chess move. Especially because right now I feel like the momentum was finally starting to at best plateau, and then at worst like was dying down. And now that he's announced it, like it just uh reinvigorates everything, like in terms of the beef and just his own hype. So I think, yeah, the timing's absolutely perfect, and I think he's kind of proven that making new quality music that isn't I guess as, I don't know, reflective and therapeutic as his last album. I think people are on board with hearing some new material from him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, the no tour thing is like, okay, it feels, again, my initial thought, like my pessimistic hater side of me is like, this feels like a money grab, right? Because it's like, bro, like, are you just going to do like Not Like Us in 50 cities? Like, that's the whole point of this. But I get it, bro. It's almost like, and we'll get to Metro and Future in a second, but there's clearly momentum here, right? This could be a pre-album, run. Maybe he'll drop a couple of songs that will hint at, or he'll talk about a new album dropping, hopefully, right? Because he's no longer on TDE. So maybe this just be, maybe he just wants to make more money, right? Apparently, according to Drake and whoever, what's his name? Who's his boss's name for TDE?
TDE Top Dog.
Top Dog, right? Apparently, Top Dog has been taking half of his money his entire career. So if he's no longer signed to him and he can just go on tour and recoup some money himself, I get it. But it just seems odd, bro, because there are going to be so many. I can already picture this, fast forward 2 months into the summer, where it's going to be just him in every city performing Not Like Us, and we're just waiting for like people's reactions on TikTok and Instagram. Like that's all this is gonna be, bro. Like that's all. Like no one's gonna care about family ties or money trees, or bro. They're like, we want to see him perform that song so we can get, if he does any antics, if he lets the crowd just do the song and him just stand there and just like take it all in. Pause. Is he gonna use like a screen and have Drake in different? Yeah, like is he gonna do like a whole Jay-Z Mob Deep thing? Like again, he should, right? I mean, at this point, lean all the way into this shit, bro. Like I'm not even hating anymore, bro. Like you capitalize on this shit, bro. This could set you up in a big way for your next album, a huge payday. Again, no one's really going on tour right now, bro. Who else is there really to follow if you think about it, right? So it really is just Drake and Kendrick, bro. Like to move people to go and sell out arenas, like unless Jay-Z and Beyonce randomly pop up with one, right? From a hip hop standpoint, like who else is selling out arenas, bro? Clearly, we'll get into the numbers, not many. So
Yeah.
For him, bro, kudos to him, bro. Lean the fuck in because this is the time. But yeah, I just see the next 2 months, bro. Whenever the first show is just going to be people posting the Not Like Us and just waiting to see how that plays out.
Right. And for those who are Drake fans, I think Kendrick leaning in is beneficial as well because I feel like the more this lives on, the more Drake is forced to like uh just bring out the best in himself. Um and I feel like if Kendrick shies away from it, then it gives Drake an excuse to kind of just ignore it and be like, oh, like let him do his little show and money trees and all this other shit. If that's the direction Kendrick goes. But I doubt Kendrick will avoid not capitalizing on this. I
Yeah,
think
bro.
for sure he's gonna lean in.
The title itself pop out, bro. Like, dude, like that's already telling you what this is gonna be about, dude. Like, this is like, come on, bro. Like, because that line is from Like That, right?
Wait. No, that's from Not Like Us when he's like,
Is it?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
Yeah, okay, my bad. I thought it was like, I thought it was from Like That. But yeah, dude, that line is fire. I also am very intrigued. So who do you think when he says and friends? I think the obvious ones are Baby Keem, Schoolboy Q. But like who else, bro? Because I still think there's still tension in the air of like, because I feel like everyone who came out to support when the beef was happening, it was like we're on Metro and Future side, right? But I don't know if a lot of people were truly saying like we're supporting Kendrick, what he's saying, kind of a thing, right? Whereas if you were to go on a multiple city tour with him, that's another dynamic that you're adding, right? So who do you think is going to be some of the people we see that he brings out?
I mean, given that it's in LA, I feel like it's very.
Yo, is it just one show?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just one show at the Inglewood Forum, which is like a massive venue. I think it fits almost 20,000 people.
Oh, bro, why did I think this was like a fucking multi-city tour, bro?
No, I mean, shit, it very well might turn into one, but for now, it's just Inglewood.
You might be right. You might be 100% right. You sure, dog? June 19th at the Kia Forum?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's next week, and then I don't see any other dates.
Okay, so remove my comment about like the multiple city stuff, but I still think my comment is accurate as far as like everyone's just waiting for that one moment when he performs that song to see what what is. Yeah,
you're still gonna react to it for like 3 weeks, even if it's just
correct. Yeah. So yeah, but what do you think? So it being in LA, then who do you think he's going to bring out as far as his friends?
I mean, given that it's in LA and just one single show, if I had to guess, I mean, the obvious TDE, I think Schoolboy, J Rock will be there. I feel like Future and Metro will be there as well, and they'll do what King's Dead and Like That and all that good stuff. Because I mean, Future and Kendrick, I think that's their other biggest moment besides the remix of, what is it, Molly and Percocets or whatever. What's that song called? Is that Molly? Is it literally called Molly and Percocets with Future?
It might literally be that called
Mask Off. That's what it was.
Mask Off.
It's hard to tell because he is the type of person that would literally name it
the most obvious
Mask
lyric.
Right. But
so J Rock, Schoolboy Q, J Rock, Schoolboy Q. I mean, he has to bring out Baby Keem as well. You would think, Keem. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, these are all the regulars, bro. I have a feeling I think he's gonna bring out a couple people who are like, we're gonna be shocked by it. Like, oh, okay. Like, we didn't really know, but you're out here, kind of a thing.
Like A$AP Rocky?
Maybe A$AP, bro, but they don't really have any songs together, dude.
Yeah, it's just fucking problems, and that's with Drake, so it'd be kind of weird.
It'd be very weird.
Unless they just cut that shit off.
Ironic.
Like, cut that whack shit off, like on his verse.
Dude, I would say Rick Ross, bro, but I don't know, man. I don't know if a lot of people just find him also like comical at this point, and like I don't know.
Ruined the vibe.
Right? Am I crazy
like in
for
his
that?
Own little, like separate, like zone within the beef that I think it makes sense.
But like in a weird way, not like like because I think if he just left it to the bars, I think people would respect him more. I think it's the antics on Instagram that are like, bro, like you're just like corny, right? It's not. And again, I know 50 Cent did a similar antic, but like, dude, that was back in the day when there was like no social media. Like it was a different way to do it back then. Yeah, man, I don't know, bro. Like, I know him and Tyler the Creator are cool, but then I feel like Drake's cool with Tyler as well. So I can't see like Tyler just doing that. Or like, I don't know, man. It's interesting because like, are people just not able to collab with Kendrick? Because that's not going to happen, right? But I wonder if they're feeling like it's still too close to comfort to like come out to the one show you're going to do, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think it's possible that YG comes out because I know YG's on a little like album run type of thing.
Yeah, but I feel like that'd be a terrible look for I'm gonna cut you off, but for Drake, because isn't fucking he name drop YG in Family Matters?
Yeah, but that's what will make it like a sting for Drake if he brings out these people.
Yeah,
like CB, Chris Brown for no reason. Doing, like, Loyal out of nowhere.
Oh man, yeah. So, what do you think as far as are you gonna go to the show? By the way, are you trying to go to that show?
When it was announced, I was considering it, but the problem is it's like the middle of the week. I have work the next day, and the
19th is like a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. And I have like an in-person meeting that I can't miss. And then on top of that, it's at the time it was like 500, 600 or something for like nosebleeds. And I was just like, I'm not trying to, it's not that serious, but part of me is like, it might be that serious because this is like one of the few moments in history where like something like this will happen within hip hop.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the idea of it just being a one show thing, so pop out, pop up, like I get that. That's a nice. I get that. I fuck with the idea for sure. Like I'm not mad at Kendrick for going this route. As far as the rundown of songs you think he'll play, do you think it's just leaning towards Mr. Morale, like continuation of that tour and the new songs, or do you think this is more of him just playing the bangers?
I mean, since it's Juneteenth, I feel like it'll skew more heavily to I don't know. That's a good question. I think I would say like half of it is going to cater towards I mean, since it's with Kenny and Friends, I feel like he's not going to dominate it too much with just off of like one album or some albums. I feel like it's going to be like 50% other people and collaborations, and then the remaining 50% is going to be like 25% a mix of all of his discography, and then the other 25 the diss songs.
Got it. So like the diss songs being Euphoria and Like That and Not Like Us, like those three, right? Because I feel like you can't do Meet the
other
Grams.
Ones are kind of like weird, like interlude type shit.
What's the other one? Meet the Grams. Is there one more
and
that we're missing?
16 in LA.
Yeah, bro. Like, have you heard those songs since?
616 was my least favorite of all of the songs out of the beef. I just thought for me, like it was I don't know, a fun little segue into the day. Just a reminder that the beef was still taking place. That's all it was for me.
Yeah. And like it was more he dropped again kind of a thing, as opposed to gotcha. Yeah. That one again, I haven't heard Not Like Us since, but still, I remember when that one dropped and Meet the Grams dropped. I was like, bro, what? Like, but again, it was just more the moment as opposed to the actual content. So yeah, but Not Like Us. It's really Like That and Euphoria. I'm sure live Euphoria is gonna hit in a different way too. But again, Not Like Us is like a banger, bro. So yeah, no, dude. Again, if you can figure out a way to get there, bro. Again, I feel like you're gonna have a great time. But yeah, I don't blame you, bro. Like a Wednesday is wild, and I'm assuming you work on Juneteenth, right?
Thankfully, I don't work on Juneteenth.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, but I would have to like pretty much fly to LA the night before, and then the next day fly at like 7 a.m. or some shit. Like it would just be insane.
It'd be insane, bro. Unless you have when we get this podcast popping and we have the PJ on deck, then for sure. But yeah, that's a wild situation. But yeah, if anyone's going to the show next week, put in the comments your favorite show, favorite part of the show, aspect of it. Yeah, I'm excited to see who he brings out. We feel confident that he will bring out Future Metro. Just feel like it makes sense as far as bigger names to kind of just draw more attention to it. So according to rumors, this is all rumors, but this is audio theory, so we do what we can with the information we get. According to rumors online, it seems that this Metro Boomin and Future tour, We Don't Trust You tour, is on the verge of being canceled because of low ticket sales across the different states they're visiting, except for Atlanta and ironically Toronto. So your thoughts on just, regardless of the cancellation status, just the lack of sales as a whole for a duo who had the #1 album and #1 song in America this year?
I mean, to me, it's just proof that like one song isn't enough to draw in a crowd that's willing to spend like $400, $500 tickets for a generic seat, especially like in the Midwest where I would imagine people
like
are
Nashville
making, making less on average and probably not used to spending that kind of bread. And as much as that song was successful, I haven't really heard people say much about the other songs on the album. Maybe Type Shit, but like beyond that, there's nothing that's gonna get me to pay several $100s to see one song. And I feel like most people are in the same mindset. And within the beef, even though like they helped kickstart it, I don't think it's enough for people to really give a shit to be spending that kind of money right now. Like it's just an issue for most artists at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree too, man. It's just tough because, again, remove the beef from it. I mean, I think we both love Metro and Future as artists, right? But it's tough, the idea to justify, I'm just putting myself, if I live in St. Paul, Minnesota, to justify a $200 ticket to see just those two, right? Like, that's odd, you know what I mean? And it's just like weird that they were going on a big city tour. Again, I know the idea of just banking, you know, striking while the iron's hot, but to your point, I think they were the entry point for the beef, but I feel like they kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit too, right? Like it really was just like, oh, cool, on your song, we got the beginning of the beef, but after that, I mean, no one's really talking about that album, bro. And like the fact that it had a second album a week later, which, bro, no one talks about. But like, have you gone back to that? And I'm not, I think we gave the album a very good review, but have you gone back to that album like post beef and when it's all dropped?
No. Granted, beef or not, like Future and Metro, like as a duo or even Future as a standalone artist, I personally don't revisit all that often, but
fair.
You would think still with how much attention it got, you would think I would want to revisit it, but there wasn't really much for me to go back for.
Yeah, and what sucks though, dude, because I know if you and I went, it'd be a hell of a show, bro, because like there's endless bangers, right?
Yeah.
But like I feel like Metro and Future are both people who I would go see if they were the opening act for our favorite artists. As opposed to like they're the headliner. So it's like, you know, which sucks because again, Future is like in that god air of like what hip hop royalty is. But again, it's just like he's just like a cool caricature to me as opposed to like the main guy. Like, and I know he is the main guy to a lot of people, but just me personally, and I think most of mainstream hip hop fans, like he's just this cool character in the story, but not the main character.
Right. And what it is for me too is I just feel like, and I would say the same thing about Gunna or Lil Baby or whoever, like a lot of this music is pretty repetitive and I don't think I would want to see like an hour of that.
Yeah.
Like, it would just get old after a while. It's for me, it'd be dope. Like Rolling Loud, you're there for 15, 20 minutes max, get 100%. Out, go check out whoever else. But an hour plus of like the same repetitive trap beats, like that shit would drive me crazy.
Especially with 2024 years where it's been overdone for the last 7 years, right? Because I remember in 2018, bro, 2017, I went to see Future live and bro, it was phenomenal. Like he was the headliner. He played for an hour and bro, it was an hour of bangers. But yeah, man, like it's feel like he's come out with like 6 albums since then, since 2017, and it's like
Yeah.
all those albums kind of sound the same, right? Like they
Mhm.
have the 1 or 2 songs that are standout songs, but then it's all kind of the same. So yeah, again, the records, the ticket sales don't shock me, but it is alarming that hip hop's only #1 album this year can't even garner sellout shows. Like that part is a little alarming when these country artists and R&B art, well, Beyonce and certain artists are able to do that. It's a little alarming that the one hip hop album that did very well this year is just feels like just another show.
Yeah. And I think it's another reason why, like another piece of evidence for numbers kind of being meaningless to a degree. And why, like, I don't like to put too much emphasis on this artist saying he's lit because they sold this much or have this many streams, is because I think there's so many variables for why the song could have a lot of streams. It could be TikTok, or people just intrigued by the beef and wanting to listen to it, or the fucking gym is playing it 1,000 times because they know people like it there, so that's racking up streams. So I feel like that, like 99% of the time, the streams aren't like a direct correlation to people giving a shit, big enough shit to want to invest money and leave their house and go see it live.
Agreed. Agreed. So that's a great segue then to the state of hip hop in 2024 post beef, right? Because I don't think we're going to get a new diss track. I think to your point earlier, where it's a good thing for Drake stands if Kendrick is doing a show like this, but more so because I don't think Drake's going to respond again, but it will just make him feel like I got to at least be present, kind of a thing, right?
Mhm.
But the state of hip hop now post beef, man, because I do feel, I know the last couple weeks or so, I've gone out of my way to stop listening to some of the beef tracks. And then like almost like over the conversation to a certain extent, even though we're here talking about it again, I understand the irony. But I think as far as like what I want to listen to, man, I feel a little deflated, right? Like it's almost to your point of like you having like a weekend, it's like a bender. I feel like the beef was like a bender, bro, because it was just a nonstop every fucking night. Like you gotta stay up till 1 a.m. to hear what this person said and what is academic saying. Like it was so intense for those 3 or 4 weeks that now I feel exhausted from it. But also like, all right, but then who do I listen to next? Like, what are your thoughts on the state of hip hop right now post beef?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, everything feels kind of trivial now, after this coming out, because it feels like there's a huge world event, and then someone sends you like a TikTok reel, and you're like, "Yo, like, shut the fuck up." There's something really important taking place. That's how it feels when like artists are dropping in the midst of all this, and for
Yeah,
that
dude,
reason,
think about Gunna's album, like
yeah, Gunna's
whatever.
album gone for me, at least. Like I was done with it like the next day. Um, and that's why I've been listening to other genres in the meantime, like anything but like house and stuff. And I think that's what's made it really difficult. Granted, there was a lot of good music recently that I missed that we can get into later, especially with Heat of the Week, but like Vince Staples and other stuff. But I'm back in that. Oh, Kaytranada, obviously. I'm back in that period now where I'm kind of cycling through artists that I do like that aren't as big, and trying to find gems from albums I may not have listened to, because as of late it's been hard to really be invested in hip hop, just because there's nothing of substance really coming out.
So what do you think is going to be the spark that kind of lights a fire under everyone's ass, right? Because it wasn't the beef, right? The beef lit a spark in like the listeners. But as far as like, I feel like we need a couple artists to just pop up and kind of just like take over, right? So, I mean, I don't think was it Tommy Richmond for $1 Million Baby? It might be him. It might be him. But then even that he's the only one. So it feels so oversaturated that you're like, bro, I don't even want to like this. You know, like, so it's tough, man. Like, so what do you think would be the spark, bro? Does it have to be like a new genre almost like in hip hop? Like, is it going to be like this country? Is it going to be like this R&B? Like, what do you think would be the spark? Like, is it going to be like a new genre almost like in hip hop? Like, is it going to be like this country? Is it going to be like this R&B? Like, what do you think would be the spark, bro? Does it have to be like a new genre almost like in hip hop? Like, is it going to be like this country? hip hop shit that I think a couple people are trying to do. Like, I don't, like, it's tough. Like, again, I'm not asking you, I don't know if you have the answer, but I'm trying to think out loud. Like, it's tough to kind of see, because I feel like, to your point, I think we're all like exhausted of the New York drill shit, or the New York A Boogie singing rap shit. I think we're exhausted of the Gunna Little Baby all sounding the same on their songs kind of thing. Every Future song sound the same. I don't think anyone takes Playboi Carti serious enough. And we already got a Travis Scott album a year ago. So I don't think we're going to get another one this year. Right. And fucking Kid Cudi's a weirdo. So I don't even know where we're going to get the concert we want, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're just going to, like, for the time being, it's just going to be a lot of these little subgenres within hip hop popping up, like Tommy Richmond, Cash Cobain from New York. Like, those beats are trending, so now everyone wants to make their own like Cash Cobain type thing, which kind of just sounded like all the Jersey club shit that like has already been here for a couple of years now. But yeah, I think it's just gonna be these subgenres, and unfortunately none of these guys are like mega star material like a Kendrick or Drake, so I feel like it's gonna be these kind of money grab situations, or just like TikTok luck, until an artist that's really invested in the long term pops up. But I don't even know who that could be at this point.
Who that can be. And then to your point earlier, bro, I feel like we're gonna get lucky with a couple like songs on TikTok that go viral and we do genuinely like it. But bro, it's even that is like, we're gonna be lucky if we get a single here and there. You know? Like, I think it's very much like the days of the albums, going back to our interview with Wes, bro, like, I think the days of the albums might be done, bro. Like, and like, only because I don't really know any other artists besides, I mean, we'll throw J. Cole in the mix because I think people are coming around on him a little bit because they understand that he chose peace for a reason. But I think besides J. Cole, Kendrick, obviously, Drake, Tyler, the Creator, I'll put in that mix. Who's really trying to give us a cohesive body of work, right? Like, I don't even think, I mean, maybe this is blasphemous, but I don't even think Travis Scott is, bro, to be honest. Like, maybe he is. Maybe I'm crazy for that take, but I don't know, bro. Like, it just feels like a little
after
all over
losing the Grammy, probably not.
Right? And you think Utopia was a cohesive body of work? I mean, I think he was definitely trying to make a sound. Yeah.
But then again, like, if you like rearrange the whole tracking list, like, not really, because it could fit. So yeah, I don't know if it was too crazy cohesive.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing cohesive about it to me was that it was clear he was trying to sound like Kanye.
Yeah, trying to sound like Kanye, or at least make everything just like experimental and kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're reading a book and it's 19 weird chapters, it doesn't mean it's a good weird book. It's just a weird, it's a bad book. You know, again, not that Utopia was bad, bro, but I'm just trying to say, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know who we could trust to give us a cohesive, like, yo, you gotta listen to this from 1 to 14. Like, that's sad, bro, because I feel like what we do. We have this podcast because of moments like that in the past where, bro, I still remember when Cudi dropped his first album, Man on the Moon. I remember like listening from 1 to 13, like, bro, this is insane, right? Like, I don't think those days of hip hop are coming back, bro. Or at least there's no reason for artists in this current landscape to even strive for that, right? Because that doesn't seem like a viable means to success anymore.
I mean, wasn't that, now that I think about it though, wasn't that the case before? Like, most artists wouldn't release like one album every year. I feel like at some point, like, we just got accustomed to so many mixtapes and albums that I think our expectation, or the bar has been set so low for albums. Whereas like when Kendrick or J. Cole release an album, there's definitely like some sort of story or concept, even if it's not like the best ever. At least you could tell they tried to put together a project. But then like a lot of these like Lils or mumble rappers or whatever you want to call them will release like 2 albums a year, just like a bunch of throwaway singles. And I think we kind of forget that, like, oh, we do have to wait for the Kid Cudis and Drakes and stuff. Well, maybe not Drake in this example, but the Kid Cudis and Kendricks and stuff. We have to wait like 2 or 3 years to get another good project.
Yeah, for sure. But it just feels like at some point they're gonna stop dropping too, right? Like,
Yeah.
for us to think that they're gonna keep dropping every year or 2 years at this stage of their career, when they're already kind of hinting at trying to back out of everything, just seems. I'll throw 21 Savage. I think 21 Savage puts out good albums.
Yeah.
But again, the cohesive message is that he wants to kill you and you're a pussy, right? Like, it's not like it's not like something you're sitting down and like, oh my god, like, I'm so glad I heard this today.
Yeah.
So it's
And there's always one song in there where he's like, "Oh, I lived a dark life and please forgive me and I
Yeah.
can change my ways and shit." Next song, back to "I want to shoot you in the face."
pussy.
Eat your
Like,
children.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah. I hate that we're at this point. Again, I know hip hop evolves and we're going to have to evolve as listeners, but it just seems odd that, we're going on almost 2 years of this conversation, right? With moments of like, oh, wow, okay, that was nice, right? Like, I think we had a moment last year with For All the Dogs or Kendrick Lamar. It's like, oh, okay, J. Cole at the start, like, but like, for the most part, bro, I feel like these from 2022 till now, dude, it feels like a lot of like, where is it? You know what I mean? Like, where's the music, bro?
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting times. But again, hopefully we're being prisoners of the moment, and there's a few bangers on the way that we're not even thinking about. So hopefully, I'm assume positive intent. But as far as good music that did come out, that did have a hip hop soul, but it was more leaning towards house music. Kaytranada dropped Kaytranada is Timeless? Well, the Timeless album by Kaytranada. It was 21 songs, an hour and 3 minutes. Felt like a very well-produced playlist that you can put on shuffle and be very much in a summer mood immediately. I highly rated it. What were your thoughts going through it a couple times?
Have to agree. I feel like with Kaytranada and something like this, it's kind of hard to miss because you're not looking to hear crazy bars or some crazy, concept that no other rappers thought of. You just want to feel a vibe and have an easy listening experience, and he delivered like he usually does, and the features were really dope too. Especially the Childish Gambino one, which I think was a highly anticipated collaboration that I don't think ever has taken place before. So yeah, it was a great body of work and a nice change of pace with all this violent beef shit taking place.
Do you think for an album like this by an artist, DJ, producer like Kaytranada, is it almost in the realm of like I'm trying to think back to like actual like artists like painting and sculptures where like regardless of what it is, we're in awe of it, right? Like is it almost like we're not even able to properly critique it because we're just so enamored with who the artist is, right? Because I kind of feel like Kaytranada falls in that realm of like, we just fuck with you heavy, bro. So you could put out anything, we're going to be like, this is it. Like, do you think he kind of falls into that category? Because like, to your point, earlier, like yeah, dude, it's not like he's spitting rhymes on this, right? Like we have faith that he's going to create a vibe that we enjoy, right? But like, I mean, the lyrics or whatever, some of those rappers we never even heard of probably on the album. But like, do you think he falls in that realm where like, he's almost critiqueless? Like, because we just fucking like him so much?
I don't think so, because with the Kaytranada album, at first I wasn't really a fan.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think that one was different because it was like, for me, like the bars and hooks and stuff were, I guess, the focal point, and I wasn't like overly impressed with that aspect, nor was the production what I was expecting. Like some of the beats didn't even feel like necessarily
house
Kaytranada beat.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like this stuff, like he's one of the few producers that I like instantly recognize that it's probably him who produced it. So I think if he sticks to that, then yeah, maybe
sticking to more house, right? Because I feel like some of the critique we have for the Kaytranada was like, it felt like a hip hop album, and we're like, bro, we don't we were excited about this being a house with Amine rapping over house beats.
Hmm. And with Kaytranada, I feel like he's like the sole person that can do this, and for that reason, when I hear it, uh, I don't immediately think, "Oh, I this sounds just like that other shit that
Yeah,
this
yeah,
person
yeah.
put out." And there's no lyrics that I have to like, um, I don't know, shrug at and be like, what the hell does that even mean? Or
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bar was kind of lame or something.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really good, man. I thought it was a really good album. What do we give, like a 8.5, 8, maybe an 8 out
I
of
give it
10.
an 8.5.
Yeah, like up there, right? Like a high B, almost an A kind of grade. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to not go again. I just think he's like, yeah, bro. I think he's so good and he knows exactly what to do. When it's in this pocket, at least he knows exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Even again, some of the artists that he had on some of these songs, you're just like, I don't know who the fuck this is. He's rapping, that's cool, but like this beat is fire, right? I think there's one song called Weird or like Weirdo or something.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've never heard her before, Duran Bernard, but song is fire, bro. And I don't even know what the fuck she's saying, but like the beat itself is just so enchanting. So shout out to him. If you haven't peeped it yet, Timeless is everywhere. Yeah, go support that. Before we get into the heat of the week, like you mentioned a second, I know you saw Bad Boys. Was it Bad Boys for Life?
Was it? No, I think it was a different name. I think that's the name people were suggesting. Oh yeah, it was Bad Boys for Life. Wait, no, sorry, that was 2020. Bad Boys 4, totally missed opportunity. But Bad Boys
Yeah,
Ride
right?
or Die, generic ass name.
Yeah, but I think they weren't thinking when they did Bad Boys 3, that would be a Bad Boys 4 because it's like, well, they're going to be 60. So like,
right.
Yeah, so your thoughts on the movie, bro? I've heard good things, but I haven't seen it myself. I'm trying to go this weekend with Gina if she's feeling better. So what were your give the people some cinema theory real quick?
Yeah, I loved it. Honestly, I had zero expectations going into it.
Not even low expectations?
No, because a lot of the movies I had been seeing before this were pretty trash, and I'm a sucker for reviews, and the reviews were for the critics and the audience on Rotten Tomatoes were like, it was like 80 to 90% plus, meaning the vast majority of people loved it. And whenever I see the comments too, and it said, and someone writes like, "Oh, it's much better than expected," then I tend to value those kinds of reviews more because that's kind of how I operate when I go to movies. But yeah, it was funny. Like you, I was kind of concerned that, especially with Martin kind of looking older and everything, that the stunts would just look off and they would pretend like this motherfucker is still a capable cop and, doing front flips over tables and shit. But the cool thing is they weave that into the script. So everything felt very authentic.
That's cool.
Obviously hilarious, great action scenes. And yeah, I really didn't have any complaints. I was entertained for the majority of it. A little slow start, kind of corny in my opinion in the beginning, but everything else was amazing.
Long movie though, because I remember vividly being maybe a middle schooler, teenager, early teenager for Bad Boys 2. And I was like, bro, that was a very long movie, bro. That was like almost 3 hours. So like, how long is this one?
This one's 2 hours.
Okay, that's normal. All right, I can do that. Yeah.
And we skipped the previews, so it felt even shorter than it normally does.
Do you have to see Bad Boys 3 to see this one? Like, is there anything that a continuation of that one?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
cool.
think the only like reference that someone might not understand is the Reggie dude, who they clowned in Bad Boys 2, I think. Remember, he was like dating one of their daughters or niece or something. Like that's kind of the only reference, but there's no like storyline that I think I needed to really follow. Actually, I mean, it would help, but I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that Bad Boys 3 was one I definitely did not watch. But yeah, I remember, dude, I actually played basketball against that Reggie dude when I was living in the Bronx. Real? Yeah. Yeah, that dude was like fucking, I was 6'1", and dude, he must have been like maybe 2 years older than me, but he was like 6'5", bro. So like, Yeah, he was nice. But yeah, like, so I don't think that's like CGI when he's like standing in front of them, like in the
Oh,
second
that
one.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
drastically very fucking tall. At
yeah.
least he felt like that's a kid like me. But cool man, I'm excited. I'm gonna go watch that movie for sure because yeah, I had my doubts only because of like how old. Again, I think Will Smith does a very good job of taking care of himself. So like, you kind of want to believe it because like if fucking Tom Cruise can do it, why can't Will Smith? But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, Martin looks like flabby, doesn't seem as coherent, almost like little Biden-ish. So I was just like, bro, like what is this gonna be? But
Yeah.
I trust you. So yeah, I'm gonna go see that for sure. What would you out of 5 stars, what would you give Bad Boys Ride or Die?
Bad Boys Ride or Die out of 5, I would have to say 4.3.
Oh wow.
No.
Solid. That's more than
Yeah.
solid. All right, I'm definitely gonna go try to watch it this weekend then. All right, bro. See, I feel like these episodes are end up being some of our best ones, man. Hope you guys agree. Listening and watching at home or wherever you're watching us, listening to us. Before we get out of here, episode 81, Heat of the Week. My guy, I feel like you have a couple songs up your sleeve that you wanted to share all week, so let the people know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say Key to the Week for this week, Witchy by Kaytranada and Childish Gambino. Literally listens. I must have listened to that song like 20 times this
Really?
past weekend. Um, I don't know. There's something about the beat. Like I'm a sucker for like super cinematic, like violins and shit. And to me, this kind of sounded like Childish Gambino's best Michael Jackson impression. Some people might not like that, but for me, this is one of the few Childish Gambino songs that I really, really like. Um, I felt like it was a perfect introduction to the album because I think it was the first song I had heard prior to listening to the rest of the album. Um, so yeah, Witchy by Childish Gambino, but I also listened to some of Vince Staples' album, which I would definitely check out if you hadn't had the chance. I believe the album's called Dark Times.
Dark Times,
Um,
yeah. Dude, no promo, just it felt like he just dropped that shit.
mhm. I would say if you do check that one out, Lil Homies is a good one. Nice, like uplifting track.
Nice. Little Homies. Yeah, Dark Times, dark cover as well. Where is that? Why is it not here? You sure it's Little Homies?
Yeah, Little Homies.
Oh, like actually, yeah, he actually, my bad. I thought it was like Lil, like little baby,
No.
but like Little Homies.
Yeah, Little Homies.
Yeah, he actually spells, which I appreciate from Vince Staples. Those are good 2 songs, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna. I will add one, but only because I don't want to overdo it. But I think people need to understand how good of an album that Kaytranada album is. The Don Toliver, bro. I don't know if it's more of a I'm on a Don Toliver kick recently because I had him on shuffle, and it's just like maybe at the time with him, bro, we're always like, I wasn't expecting this, but then after a while, bro, that shit just grows on you, bro. Pause. But like really, really good. His flow again. Maybe because he came out on that was it Bystander or whatever that one.
Can't say.
Can't say right. Maybe because that sound feels so different to everything else since. So maybe we just expected something different from him. But bro, whatever niche he's carved out for himself in his music career, bro, love it, bro. And I feel Over a Kaytranada beat is just the perfect like tipping point for him, bro. So this song is Feel Away, Don Toliver and Kaytranada, bro. 10 out of 10 fucking record, bro. Like again, this is a great album. Again, no need for it to be cohesive. The sound is cohesive. You could hit this shit on shuffle and just let that shit play for forever, and you're not gonna feel like, yo, skip that song. So shout out to Kaytranada. Gets the summer going. I honestly think next week I'll put it in the rundown. We do need to figure out or make predictions for what the summer song is gonna be, because I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, but I don't think it's that. So we have to figure out what the summer song is gonna be.
Wait, so what's going to be the final determination for that?
Our first episode, September.
Oh, I see. Like you're saying, if nothing comes out before then, or something could potentially come out.
Yeah. I think there's still
Okay.
time. I think there's. I'm hoping, bro. Fuck, dude. I
I
would
thought there
hope
was
in the
some like
next.
secret official list or some shit that was gonna
No,
come
no,
out.
no, no. Like the Illuminati list, I get emailed randomly. No, I think between now and end of August, we should get at least 2 songs that are in the realm, bro. Like, if
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
then what the fuck are we even doing? Like, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm down for that.
All right, bro. Bet. All right, my G. Let the people know where they can find us. Let's get out of here.
Is there catch us at audio-theory.com. New episode on all platforms every week. We also have the Spotify and Apple Music Heat of the Week playlist on the site. And if you're on the site or on YouTube, check down below. We got merch for you to cop. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, share, comment, do what you can to support the channel.
Support the movement. Love you, my dude.
Love you too.
Peace.